I've been coaching within novices right through to Team GB Olympians for 18 years.
Amazing.
I've written 2 sports science degrees. I've got a lot of qualifications, and to be honest, it's not the qualifications. It's about marrying the experience with those qualifications and then just taking a step back and thinking about the person as well. We often think it's just about the numbers, but the athlete actually at the center of the approach is most important.
I've worked with some different clubs. I've worked from novices to elites, and there's one thing I noticed. Basically, when you're working with normal, average individuals, as they're told, you have a different method to what an elite athlete uses. And I think that's wrong. I personally believe that every single one of you should have the opportunity to train and reach their potential using the same models that elite athletes do.
It's fine to feel nervous. It's fine to feel worried. All of those things are perfectly normal and actually will help you succeed. You can use that adrenaline to get a little bit more energy out of it. I think realistically, if you are, struggling at moments, you need to think back to tough training sessions that you've had. So is there an occasion that you can remember that was really difficult? Something happened. Maybe I had a cramp, and all of these unusual occurrences. Think how you dealt with it at the time. You've been here before, and therefore you can do it again today. You can go on, having overcome that problem in the past, you can overcome this one.
Brilliant advice.
Yeah, so vitamin D3 is a really interesting vitamin, actually, because we're discovering more and more that this vitamin has processes within our body for absolutely every function. Initially, we treated it as a standard vitamin, it would contribute to our metabolism, our ability to generate energy from absorbing foods. And as time has gone on, we've found it has great effects within the sporting environment and great effects for generating energy, wellness. Every single function of our body seems to be affected by vitamin D3 consumption.
If you really, really don't want to go to the gym, maybe you finished work and you're really tired and you're thinking, I could just go home, put my feet up and watch TV. Why not start your exercise, start your training session, but you've got this allowance and it's called the 10 minutes rule. If after 10 minutes of doing your exercise, you are still in this mind frame of, I'm just exhausted, I'm too tired for this, that's okay. You've done your 10 minutes. It's okay. And you can turn around, head home or whatever. But if actually after those 10 minutes, you're like, I'm here now, I can do another 20 minutes. I do actually feel okay. Then go for it. The 10-minute rule is there to basically monitor the amount of intensity, the amount of stresses that you have going on in your life. And I've seen great results with some of my clients by adopting this principle.
The body does not like digesting food whilst working quite hard. The blood is diverted away from the digestive system, and this can cause unfortunate circumstances really in terms of dealing with that food. And all you're going to be able to do is reduce your intensity, reduce your pace at a best case scenario. So you need to actually train the gut. We're training the body, we're training the mind with all of our runs and our preparation, maybe even in the gym, hopefully. You need to also be training your gut. And that is a real thing that researchers have identified. You need roughly 6 weeks to fully train the gastrointestinal tract to absorb as much carbohydrate as is ideal.
If we can take a step back before we put our hand in the snack cupboard or decide that we need to order some food and just think, can I last another 20 minutes? If I can, then it's probably just thirst. Have a drink. If you're still hungry 20 minutes later after having that drink, then you're probably still hungry and you need to opt for some food.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Fitness and nutrition expert. You're so welcome with some really, really good advice. Wow.